Okay, no, I'm joking. Ilan, it is your second time on Animarkt.
No, first time.
First time.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Newcomer.
Newcomer.
On the festival. So, what was the reason that you decided to come to Animarkt?
I come to Animarkt because we are mainly involved in stop motion in our studio Foliascope, and because we are making and producing our third feature film. All the team, all my crew, set builder, animators, director of animation, all the people say me, you need to go to Animarkt. That's our family, the family of stop motion in Europe. So I come.
Whom you found in Animarkt of the family? Someone you admire from the previous films or producers or whoever?
I'm here to meet new people, to meet new directors, female directors. We have plenty this year. That's very interesting. But also to make new connection with Central and Eastern Europe. I think the history of stop motion in Central and Eastern Europe, it's very, very important for all the world. The case is that our director, Jim Capobianco, coming from US, we are making The Inventor, the feature film, is a fan of all the Eastern Europe, old making, all the feature film, TV shows. It's the basis of stop motion. The country who born the new kind of stop motion. So I'm very happy to be here.
It is good that there is a cooperation, a co-production between, let's say, different countries or the countries with a different history of animation. France is huge. France is the biggest country in the world if we are talking about the animation. And then there are certain amount of Central Eastern European countries who tried to find the position they had in the past. So it is not new, as you said. They have Central European countries. They have a history, but they lost the position. You think it's possible to rise them back on the map of stop frame animation?
I think we are in the same country, Europe. I don't think on the boundaries. I think we have lost these boundaries since years now. And our big competitors are not in Europe. They are in London, maybe. They are exiting the Europe, but mainly are in Japan and in US. So that's why I think that we need to cooperate, co-produce, share a lot, because we are the same country of culture, of meanings, of sense of how we produce also our show, TV shows, feature film. It's totally different with America. And I think the battle is more all Europe against or with USA and Japan. So I think France is the best country because it's in the middle of Europe. We have a lot of fundings because we have a system very social. Every entrance, every show in the TV, every theatrical release put money in a global fund. And this global fund, all producers can take a part of this fund. It's a very equity system. And I think that many countries need to take example of this system, and maybe we can gain more power each other.
Yeah. When you said, because I know you, when you said the battle between the continents, so it didn't mean like actually fighting with, but it is really easy to see, even without the credits, is the film produced in Europe or in the States or in Asia or in South America, and yes, there is no borders in Europe, but still you can see the differences, especially in the crew, how many people are working on the film and how long it takes in Eastern Europe than in other countries, than in Netherlands, than in Spain, France. And so it seems like Eastern European, they should more spread responsibilities and the professions, among them, not to be just one director, script writer, animator, composer, singer, everything in one film. That's possible to do it with organizing, for example, classes or maybe residencies all over Europe with the different professions in the different countries and different schools.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with you. I think we have a lack of skills, especially in feature films. At the moment, we have 100 people around the world dedicated to feature film and stop motion. And when you see the production, the last ones of Guillermo del Toro, Pinocchio, or Leica, or in London, all the crew are coming from South America, part of America, but mainly from Europe. And they are mercenaries. They are going from one to one production. It's a nonsense for that kind of people because they want to stay in a place not far from their own house. So yes, we need to improve the skills and the experience of all the crew, lighting crew, set builders, animators, armatures builders. All the crew need to experiment, and I'm totally agree that we need a training program around Europe with script writing, but also how to manage the lighting, the set building, the armatures, the puppet making, the post-production. The post-production. A director now need to know a little about post-production, or an animator need to know how to recompose a picture. So we need to be open-minded, and the best way to do that, it's to travel around Europe, share the same language, English, but sometimes Spanish, sometimes French, sometimes German. And in our production, at the moment, we have 11 nationalities coming from all around the world. And it's a pleasure, because we share between our culture, between our history, we share our passion to animation. That's our common language, the passion of animation. And yeah, that's the biggest reward for a producer like me.
What do you think is going to be award from Animarkt for you as a producer? What you gonna achieve here? Who you gonna find?
I find friends, co-producers, people, animators, talent, directors. I found all of this, and I already find most of. So I'm very happy.
Yeah. What are your future plans? You have to finish up the film.
Yeah.
Inventor?
Yeah, we need to finish in 1 month, the stop motion production, then after the post-production, then after all the festival strategy. It's a big production, an independent one coming from US, so we have mainly chances to go to a big festival and big awards with this vision of Europe coming from an American director but passionate about France and Italy with the name Italian. So it's the same culture, and that's incredible that it's an American director who came with this project about Leonardo da Vinci. But I'm very proud about my crew and our co-director, Pierre-Luc Grandjean, one of the best men, best director, best man, because it's adorable. He make a lot of TV special with us and Folimage, and he deserves to be co-director, and he's credited as co-director, so that's very important for me and for him. And after, we have plenty of TV show. We are making new development for feature film, also for American independent feature film. So finger crossed, all the financing go. And we are the first studio using international tax rebate for stop motion feature film in France. So I'm very proud of that. And I'm very proud of our studio because it's an ecological one. And that's part of our main goal, is to produce in a sustainable way. Not only using LED lighting, computer-less consumption of computers, but also finding new ways of using the sets. And for example, yesterday we saw a keynote about the house in Netflix, and when Angela says that part of the sets go to the trash bin. So we fight to find a place to the work of our painter, set builders, puppet makers in exhibition, museum. And I think it's another challenge for us, is to diversify our main goal, maybe in an educational way.
You have a panel, how to reach audience.
Yeah.
Do you have an easy sentence, how to reach the audience?
Communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Not only on the social network, communicate with friends, family, co-workers, people you don't see from years, and just share your passion about what you are doing. And you make some little bubbles, and these bubbles explode and contaminate all the bubbles, like a COVID. And the audience, it's also, you need to be open-minded with the partnerships. For our example about Leonardo da Vinci, we not only focus on partnership with museum and big academy of arts, but also with Dassault System, the biggest company making CGI software, mainly for industry and sometimes weapons, but only for healthcare, etc. And why? They have fallen in love about the project of Leonardo da Vinci, because we have the same sentiment of, okay, we need to grab all the drawings for Leonardo and go in the 21st century. And it's a cultural movement. So be open-minded for the audience.
It is not easy. Animators, as many other artists, they are not quite social beings, so they are more captured in the studio, and they are communicating with the drawings rather than with the words, and they will need help in opening the communication channels.
Of course, but they also love to share what they achieve in animation. It's a request by the big companies hiring new animators or very talented and skilled animator. They always ask for the latest showreel, latest animation. So the animators can also do a big communication. And what I learned with that production coming from US is that a new way of communication is to use the social network, but not only make events for the crew, make special parties, because that make all the crew happy to work and happy to share.
Ilan, thank you.
You're welcome.